welcome to Math 76. Today we're going to do lessons 129 and lessons 130. And then I will want you to do the math set for 130. In lesson 129, we're going to talk about using proportions to solve percent problems. Now we know that a percent may be expressed as a fraction with a denominator of 100. So on the whiteboard we have 30%. That can be expressed as 30 over 100. Now a percent may also be regarded as a ratio in which 100 is the total number in the group. As we're going to go over that now. So 30% of the students earned an A on the test. If 12 students earned an A, how many students were in all? So we're going to count. We're going to make a ratio box with our ratio and our actual count. We have students that earned A's, not A's, and our total. 30% earned an A. Our total is 100. We know that 12 earned an A. So now, since we know that the total is 100, the ratio number for not A's will be 70%. And we're going to use N to stand for not A's, and we will use T to stand for total. Now that we've constructed our ratio box, we can go ahead and make a proportion. So our ratio would be 30 over 100 equals 12T, because we know 30 of the total group, which is 100%, earned an A. So 12 earned A's of the total group. Now, we just go ahead and we solve this by cross multiplying. So we would have 30T equals 12 multiplied by 100. Then we will divide both sides by 30. Now we can cross cancel at this point. 10 goes into here 3 times. 10 goes into 100 10 times. Now 3 also goes into itself once, and it goes into 12 4 times. And then when we do that, we find these have cross canceled out. We find that T equals 40. So the total number of students was 40. Let's try another one. Only 40% of the team members played in the game. If 24 team members did not play, then how many did play? So first we're going to set up our ratio box. We have the ratio and we have the actual count. Now in the box we know that 40% of the team played the game. So the ones that played are going to be 40%. We know that the total is 100%. And then it tells us 24 team members did not play. So right here, did not play, we know 24 did not. Now, we can fill in the rest of the amounts. We know if 40 played and the total is 100, that 60% did not play. And then we'll go ahead and put a P for played and a T for total. Now, if we go back to the question, now that we've got our ratio box filled out, it asked us how many did not play. So we want to know, it asked how many did play. So now we set up our ratio of those who played over those who did not play. So we have 40 over 60. We know that we want to solve for how many played. We know 24 did not play. And again, now that we have this set up, we cross multiply to find our answer. So we have 60P equals 40 multiplied by 24. And then we divide both sides by 60. These will cross out. And before we do the multiplication, I'm going to do some cross canceling. 10 goes into this 6 times. It goes into 44 times. 6 goes into itself once, and it goes into 24 4 times. Now we can multiply. And we see that P equals 16, which is 4 times 4. So we find that 16 members played. Now, if we go back here, we could then fill in the rest of the box. We know 16 members played, and we could actually then just find our total also. If we wanted to, our total, we would just add 16 to 24, which would give us 40. Now, this is an important concept, and I'd like you to do the practice problems because I'd like you to really feel like you understand this. So I am going to put the practice problems in Canvas, but we are also going to do lesson 30. Lesson 30 is the area of a circle. And we've gone over this in class before, so hopefully this will come really quick to you. But we talked about estimating the area of a circle by drawing it on a grid. Now, to find the area of the circle, we first find the area of a square that could be drawn on the radius of the circle. Now, this circle has a radius of 10 millimeters, so the square is 100 millimeters. Because you remember the area of a square is the length times the width. So this is 100 millimeters. So we then multiply that by, we're going to use 3.14. So you multiply it by pi, but we're going to use the approximation of 3.14. So we found the area of the square on the radius, which is 100 millimeters. We will multiply that by 3.14, and we see that the area of that circle is 314 millimeters. So the area of this circle is 314 millimeters. Now, the radius of a circle is 3 centimeters. What is the area of the circle? And again, we'll use the approximate of 3.14 for pi. But first, we have the circle. On the radius, we've drawn a square. The area of that square is going to be 9 centimeters squared. Now, once we found the area of that square, then we can find the area of the circle. So we will use 3.14 times 9 centimeters squared, and we find that that area of the circle equals 28.26 centimeters squared. So for the area of a circle, it is pi radius squared. And again, right now, I want you to use 3.14 for pi. There are practice problems giving you the radius of a circle and finding the area. I would like you to also do those practice problems. And then I want you to do the answers for set 130 in Canvas.